some reason, at the end of the school year, my creativity always resurfaces in the most wonderful and inconvenient way imaginable. It's, I guess, the one time a year where I really can't afford to put things off to work on my creative project instead of my school projects. And yet that's precisely the time when it sort of comes back, knocks on the door, and demands to be let in. I was just earlier today looking at some of my YouTube videos from earlier this year and last year. And gosh, I mean, I was getting like pretty good at that type of book video. And I mean, it wasn't the most fulfilling thing for me to create. And I'm still trying to figure out what is the most fulfilling types of videos for me to create. But I mean, I can't deny, like, I think I was pretty good. And I miss it. I want to be making videos again, but I know that if I try the same thing again, I'll get bored again, and then I'll stop again. So not that there's anything wrong with taking a break or reevaluating every once in a while, but longevity of this is important to me, and I just haven't really struck that perfectly yet. I haven't found something that I both love to make and creatively fulfills me, and is something that always has more, that's always refreshing ideas. I guess when I read books, I'm always finishing books, so there's always more books to talk about, so that's a pretty like renewable resource in terms of ideas. But I get burnt out on it, definitely, and I don't like when my content has to rely on me completing books, because then I start to focus on finishing books rather than actually sort of taking my time with them and getting what I want to get out of them, rather than just sort of getting videos out of them. It's tricky. There's no good answer for it yet, at least. But this is the time of year where that kind of comes back, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be I want to be making videos again. And I've made a few good Instagram reels recently that I'm pretty proud of. But just not the same as the long form content. It's the same with creative writing for me. The past couple weeks have been especially inspired to work on my book, which waiting for inspiration is never the best way to get pages done. It's never the best way to make progress on a long-term project, but it certainly does help. And recently I've really felt that, and it coincides exactly with the time that I'm supposed to be writing nonfiction. I'm supposed to be working on my capstone research paper and my ethnographic research paper for one of my classes. And yeah, it's right when I need to be writing nonfiction that I want to write fiction the most. I was thinking about this earlier today, and I think that's a sort of contributing factor to the inconsistency that I've had with making book videos. Like, my muse is fiction. I love fiction in all its forms. Both reading stories and coming up with my own and playing with reality in fun and interesting ways. That's what it's all about for me. I absolutely love fiction. And making content about books is non-fictional work. No matter how I've tried to spin it different ways, but it always ends up being me talking about the books that I've read. Even this is this is more casual, but it's still nonfiction. And I can write nonfiction. I think I'm pretty good at it, but it's not what I love to do. So I think that's where things have gotten tricky and rocky for my creative process in terms of YouTube. So that it's all been nonfiction so far. And I know I don't know. I don't think I want to get into writing screenplays and stuff, which I guess would be the fictional way to approach this, but I don't know. That's been the dilemma up to this point. I really want to make more writing content. I think that's something where I really thrived while I was doing that back in November with NaNoWriMo, and I think coming up with some form of that, some sort of writing vlog or talking about my writing in this kind of format, I think there are ways that I can approach it that will be fun and interesting for me and really valuable for documenting my process, and also really entertaining and interesting to the people that that love fiction the way I do and sort of want to see how that unfolds. All this to say, I don't have the answers yet as to what my creative process looks like at this point in time. That's the nature of the beast. I think I'm always sort of struggling with that and trying to find what works the best for me.